Porthos, as we have seen, had a character exactly opposite to that of Athos. He not only talked much, but he talked loudly, little caring, we must render him that justice, whether anybody listened to him or not. He talked for the pleasure of talking, and for the pleasure of hearing himself talk. He spoke upon all subjects except the sciences, alleging in this respect the inveterate hatred he had borne to scholars from his childhood. He had not so noble an air as Athos, and the commencement of their intimacy often rendered him unjust toward that gentleman, whom he endeavoured to eclipse by his splendid dress. I'm Luke Summerhays, and I love Terrakion. Deer are treated as magical, mythical, or even holy creatures in various cultures around the world, including Japan, where they are regarded as messengers of the gods. Most of the time in such mythologies, deer are elegant, ethereal beings, light of foot, prancing and flittering like fairies. With antlers looking like trees, deer being a connection between the material world and the spiritual one makes sense. But those antlers are sturdy things, and many deer are built to charge with them powerfully. The legendary samurai Sanada Yukimura wore antlers on his helmet, and Norse mythology saw many gods slain being stabbed with antlers. Terrakion is the squat, bulky, ramming speed kind of deer, and fills the role of squat, bulky, tough guy with a heart of gold on the Swords of Justice as a rock and fighting type. It of course takes inspiration from Porthos, the bulky, tough guy with a heart of gold, among Alexander Dumas' Musketeers. Pokemon Black tells us, this Pokemon came to the defense of Pokemon that had lost their homes in a war among humans. And Pokemon White says, its charge is strong enough to break through a giant castle wall in one blow. This Pokemon is spoken of in legends. Terrakion has a solid physical attack stat, and unusually high speed for a rock type, that speed most often used to spread stealth rock in competitive singles battling. Welcome back to Moils on Mon, Terrakion.
Oh boy, I don't remember the Legendaries very well. Hench, what is he? Like a bull?
Yeah, they're sort of deer, Three Musketeers things.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're going for with the quartet in this game, right?
Yeah.
Terrakion, hench, bull lad. You're gonna struggle to get more from me from that.
That's alright, you've only got to... Oh wait! Welcome back to Moils on Mon, Virizion!
Oh no.
Pokemon Sword says, it has phenomenal power. It will mercilessly crush anyone or anything that bullies small Pokemon. And Pokemon Shield. In Unnovan legend, Terrakion battled against humans in an effort to protect other Pokemon. In more recent years, the item Heavy Boots has taken some sting out of the Stealth Rock's technique, and other Pokemon have usurped a lot of Terrakion's positions on players' teams, not least its own future Paradox form. Like the other Swords of Justice, Terrakion is a champion or stallion, or both. The Terra part of its name refers to the terra firma of Earth, or perhaps terracotta. either of which is a slightly odd choice for a Pokemon which is very much rock type and not ground type, though that whole distinction has always been a little bit strange. Whether it's the ever-loving blue-eyed thing, the boulder from Avatar, or the original Porthos himself, the world loves a rock-type himbo, and Terrakion is a worthy successor. Original music for Luke Loves Pokemon is by Jonathan Cromie. Artwork is by Katie Groves. Funding is provided by listeners at Patreon. If you enjoy this podcast and want to check out other shows by me and my friends, head to podcastiopodcastius.org. I love hearing from listeners. Get in touch about upcoming Pokemon on Twitter or Facebook at LukeLovesPKMN. Drop a comment if you're watching the video, or a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Coming up are Virizion and Tornadus, so please get in touch about those or any other monsters. Even if you don't feel like doing any of that, thank you so much just for listening. I love Terrakion, and remember, I love you too.